Well, I'm back, but there's nobody here. Oh, dearie me. I just have to hope that somebody follows me over here. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. Talk to myself all night, I presume. Maybe people will follow me. Maybe somebody will. I can see some chat now. Hi, Jill, Claire, Melly, Nathan. I couldn't see any chat. There was nothing. All the side was blank. Hi, Ella, Chrissy, Amelia, Triple C, Ginger. Hi, everybody. I don't know what happened the first time. I just didn't have any, the side barrier that you have down the side where people type things in. I didn't have that. So I couldn't see if anybody was typing anything. I knew people were in, but it didn't tell me who was typing. Yeah. So, oh, dear me, what a day. And I don't know whether it's thundering or whether people upstairs have got a very noisy film on. So, hi, June. Oh, dearie me. How am I today? I'm terrible today. Oh, can't say too much because I'll start to cry. Gigi passed away this morning, so I know he's not my dog, but I'm very upset. So can we just carry on and not mention him? So I'm trying to pull myself together so I can be on live tonight. It's supposed to be thundering over here, Ian, but it hasn't as yet, yeah. You have to excuse me if I can't talk about him. Got to get through the live. I finished the shawl. I started crocheting something else. It's actually called an Amanda top. I got the pattern off Etsy. It's like done sideways, if you know what I mean. It's got a rib at the top. Well, a rib at either end. So that's like the shoulder, if you know what I mean, and that's going across. Yeah. So. Yeah. Can't see you. I just can't see you right now. Okay. Trying to get my shawl. I've knocked everything down. Yep. Bang goes the makeup. I finished the shawl that I was doing last week. It's the same as the pink one I did. Yeah. It's not been blocked off yet because it's not been a nice day today. So, oh, it's your birthday. Oh, we've got something to celebrate. It's Jean's birthday. Jeannie's birthday. Yeah, I'm using some ice yarn from the shed. Angora Gold Batik, or Batik, however you spell it, yeah. Can't see a blessed thing here. 45 Angora and 55 acrylic. It won't be for me because, as you know, I can't wear anything that's slightly fluffy. What was I showing before the virus shawl? I was showing this. It's done all in one, like edge to edge. That's the that's the bottom, and that's the back. Sorry, that's the front. The bottoms, and then that's the shoulder. You do it all in one piece across. I can't show you the picture because I bought the pattern from Etsy. It's called the Amanda top, and my printer's not working, so I can't print it off. You can't believe he's so old. I'm 75, mate. You're just a chicken. Ah, dear. I'm doing my interpretation of Rudolph already. Yeah. Well, today the family, not me, the family's been painting. They've been painting the conservatory, ready for when we get the flooring. And the summer house is mostly finished. I'm in the doghouse because they went out and I slept through the building inspector coming to sign off on the conservatory. So I'm in the doghouse. I never heard him. Marion said, didn't you hear the dog bark? But she barks anyway, and I don't always bother too much, yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm still here. But I am, yeah. And if you want to know what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing a lovely sweater that Ephraim made for me ages ago. I don't know whether you can see it or not too well. Don't know whether you can see it. Oh, you can't. Oh, yeah, you can. There you go. Can you see it all in pattern? The lovely Ephraim made it for me. Huh? So I'm wearing that today. It's got a couple of hairs on it. That's the only trouble when you're sort of red-eyed blonde. Your hair shows up on everything. Oh, you were 75 2 days ago. Well, I'm still older than you, Carol. Still older than you. Yeah. Well, actually, to be quite truthful, Chris, I actually had another top on, but it was cold. And I thought it's just silly putting the heating on just because I feel a bit cold. So I went in my bedroom and I found a sweater. Yeah. Yeah, I'm back, Kaz. Yeah. I had trouble. I couldn't see anybody's comments. I don't know what had happened and I couldn't find them. So I had to start all over again. Yeah. The lights shining in the wrong direction for me work, but it's in the right direction because it's not shining in the eyes. But yeah. You're winning at the footy. Dare I say, I couldn't care less, Ian. Dare I say it? I am so sick of football and tennis being on every flipping channel and knocking all the other channels off. Knocking all the other programmes off. You know, you're waiting for a programme to start that you're watching, you really want to watch. All you get is Andy bloody what's it, yeah. I don't care. I don't mind and I understand people like sport. But not on all three channels, BBC One, BBC Two and ITV. No, that's just one channel too many. Yeah, you might love the tennis. My mother loved the tennis, Kaz, but there are certain people amongst us who are fed up with everything being on every channel. You know, if it's not tennis, it's football, isn't it? You know what I mean? And then when all that's finished, the cricket will probably start, won't it? So, yeah. I spoke to Kelly for about 2 hours this week. She's doing well, yeah. We had a good chat. She said she was hoping to come on, but she said like 9 o'clock in the evening is kind of her bedtime, so she will try to manage to come on if she can. Sue's doing fine. I spoke to Sue as well. So, you know, everybody's fine as far as I know, yeah. What we were supposed to get in 2020, I think we should all take a year off, you know. I think we should not count 2020 at all. I think we should skip it as if it didn't exist and, you know, go on. Denise, I'm very sorry. I will not be looking out for him on the Olympics because I won't be watching it. I know there's loads of people who do want to watch it, Denise, but sadly, I am not one of them. Yeah. I am a... You started knitting your first socks? Yeah, I think we'd all like to forget 2020. The way things are going, I think we're going to have to forget 2021 as well. It's not looking any better, is it? I mean, I was out for the day with my my niece last Sunday, and while we were there, she got a phone call. One of her teachers had been in contact with COVID and had to isolate, so she was going to have to start juggling the teachers about, you know. You're not being fought. I don't blame you, Melly. I don't blame you. Yeah, I've no qualms with anybody that likes the sport, Chris. It's just I don't want it on every channel. You know, I just wish one channel would have the normal programs on it for the people like us who don't want to watch. You know, they're cancelling all the regular programs because, you know, telly's overruns or whatever. It's scheduled there, it's advertised there, and then you turn over and it's not there. Yeah, it's still flipping tennis, yeah. That's my argument with it, you know. They've got 2 channels, BBC. They've got, yeah. Oh, you found an easy row. I have a very easy sock pattern, and I hope I can find it again if ever I want to make any. Yeah, that makes me 57, Kaz. Yeah, if you're reversing it. Yeah, I'll be 57 then. Although some days I feel more like 107, but we'll have to wait and see. The Sweet 16 party, we never had those when I was young. We didn't even celebrate 18, we only celebrated 21. Kids today, they celebrate 18 and they celebrate 21. I think that's a bit greedy. You should choose whether you're having one or the other, shouldn't you? Oh, I don't mind full ply for socks, Ian, because I think double knit's a bit thick unless you're using them for house socks or welly boot socks. Something like that, yeah. Yeah. Feels good to be 6. I can't remember how long it was. I think I was still at school. That's my son going out the front door. In case you wonder what the bebop is. Yeah, sports on 3 channels. BBC 1, BBC 2 and ITV, yeah. Yeah, I'm 100. You're counting up to 100. This pattern's only got 1 row. I like it, even though the yarn is fine. See, look, I'm crocheting fine, Ian. You know, look how thin that is. I can't really remember 16. I remember being at school. So I suppose I can remember in a way being 16. But I was so busy, I'd probably be doing my exams, I think, when I was 16. My GCEs, I'm that old, it wasn't even GSC, whatever they're called, yeah. No, you feel 74. Never mind, Ian, the older you get, the younger you'll be. Yeah, I'm on a 375 hook, whatever that is in foreign. Is it a H or something? I don't know what it is. Oh, I can't even flipping see it, sorry. It's a 375 anyway. 1976. Gosh, I don't know what year I'd be 16. It wouldn't be 76 because I got married in 78. Hi, Pauline. I can't remember how old I would be in. Part 2, yeah, Jill, I had trouble with the first one because I couldn't see anybody's comments down the side. So I had to go out and come in again. Otherwise, I would have been talking to myself because I couldn't read what anybody had typed. I was married in 1968, yeah, so, and I was 22, I think. I don't know what letter this is, Sandra. I've no idea. It's a 375. 1968, I got married, yeah. Yeah, there's always something, Jill. How are you? Did you enjoy yourself last week? I know you'd gone somewhere or other. I don't know where you'd gone. I forgot, my memory's shot these days. Miguel said you'd gone somewhere or other. I don't know where Miguel is. No doubt he will turn up. He's probably into the store. He'll probably turn up in a moment or two. Oh, I said 78. No, 68. I was married, yeah. You spilled juice. It doesn't help, does it? It's sticky. Yeah, it'd be an F. I don't understand these letters of the alphabet. You killed it, did you? This keyboard I've got is sticking. Nothing to do with me spilling anything. It doesn't print the S's very well. So I'm typing away there and I find I've got no S's in things. So I have to go back and add the S's. I only bought it not that long ago. Because the other one I got, the space bar went on it. I don't know what I do with me. They don't make keyboards like they used to. Has anybody seen Miguel? Is he likely to turn up at any time soon? Has he been on the lives? I'm not sick. I don't know whether he's made any videos this week. I don't always get notifications about people's videos. We went into that last week, yeah. Yeah. Could do that, Kaz, yeah. Miguel was on Granny. Oh, he's probably gone to get a coffee then. He'll probably turn up eventually. Yeah, I think maybe you did go out, Jill, last week. I think maybe you did go somewhere. I know Miguel said where you'd gone, but my brain, I can't remember from last week to this week. Hello, Cat and Chats. Somebody sent me a message on Facebook. It went ding. I can't read anything when I'm on here, so I don't know why. I'm actually hungry tonight because my son made tea. It was peri-peri chops and some kind of things on kebabby things. I couldn't eat them, too spicy. So I had a rice pudding and 3 biscuits. So now I'm hungry. They forget I don't like spicy things. There was some leftover shepherd's pie. I could have had that, yeah. It's like my friend, she went through school being called Sam because she was Sandra Ann Maiden, and her mother had put her initials on the back of her school bag, SAM. So she went through school getting called Sam. You've been slacking all day. I had 2 sausages, peri peri in a jar, peri mason. Oh, dog's off. I've been watching Perry Mason, actually. Well, there's not been much choice, as with all the tennis. I've been watching some really old black and white films, Perry Mason. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, I'm getting there, Kimberly. Yeah. Sometimes the old films are the best, aren't they? I mean, when you think they spent about 2p on the sets, didn't they? Yeah. The sets are really, really ropey, aren't they, you know? I don't think they cost that much to make that series. You know, they have these homemade signs like that say something mansions, don't they? Yes, Cat Al, he passed away this morning, so I'm a bit. I'm at the stage where I can't really talk about it at the minute. Yeah. Yeah. Did I tell you we've been accepted for an adoption for Romania, from Romania? We don't know what we're going to get. It's a puppy. Be about 4 months old, and we don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl, and we don't know what it's going to look like. So it's going to be a complete mystery. I'm just hoping it's not going to be a Pyrenean mountain dog. I'm hoping it's going to be something little. Yeah, he was, Carol. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to think about that, about us getting a puppy. So, oh, that's what we're hoping, Ian. We're hoping that if we get a puppy before puppy. Why Romania? Because we applied to different ones in the UK, and would you believe we got knocked back on every one of them? They want you to have a dog and not a puppy. But my son's adamant we're having a puppy because he wants to train it, because the grandchildren are only small. So we don't want a rescue dog that has a history that could be snappy or a bit bitey or something, you know. We want a puppy, and we got knocked back in England. We tried different rescue places in England and got knocked back. So we decided we would try Romania. So that's the only reason why we're having Romania. Sue's dogs came from Bulgaria, I think. Her Jack Russells, yeah. We don't know what they'll be. They'll be street dogs, so whatever. I hate sports as well. I think it all boils down from the fact my ex-husband was so sporty, and we only had like 3 channels, I think, back in the day, and we only had one TV, and he was sports, yeah. And we had to watch everything that was sports. We had to watch wrestling, horse, what do you call it? Horse things, golf, which he didn't really like, but we had to watch golf. We watched cricket. We watched it. And I got so with sports that when my marriage ended, I vowed, no, never again. I'm never going to watch sports again. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, yeah, Joe. We jumped through the hoop with the the dog adoption agencies over here. We had to do videos, we had to fill in forms, we had to do everything. I mean, my daughter-in-law is past all the vetting. She used to do this holiday dog care. And believe you have to pass all kinds of vetting before you get accepted for one of those, because you have to have the insurance, you have to have everything. And so, I mean, it's not like we were first-time dog owners or anything. We've had dogs for years and years. So hoping to, Connie, we're hoping to get a puppy from Romania. Or Romania, whatever it's called, yeah. But we don't know yet. We don't know when, we don't know what, we don't even know whether it's a girl or a boy. All we know is we've been accepted, so it could be months yet, we don't know. Could be months. So we'll see what happens next. Yeah, we had to do a video of the house and all the gardens and everything to make sure it was secure. I mean, obviously you have to pay for a rescue dog. But then again, we would have had to pay. But I refused to pay, £6,000 for a pedigree. It's ridiculous. Not when we spent all the money on the house and we've still got a lot of money to spend on the house. So we might be getting the garden done next week. Well, part of it anyway. Get some flagstones, laid down, paving slabs, whatever you call them in America. So they're starting doing that, and some topsoil ready for putting the lawn and different things in. So maybe I will stop falling over when I'm trying to put the washing out on the line. Oh, give over, Jeannie. You're such a chicken. I'm 75. Oh, I got a recall again for my blood tests. I've got to go back again and have them done again on Tuesday. Yeah. She said, this woman said to me, can you come in at 7:45? I said, what, in the evening? She went, no, in the morning. I went, huh? I said, 7:45 in the morning doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. I'm sleeping. I said, you'll have to give me a later one. She said, well, the only one I've got is 7:15 in the evening. That'll do. That'll do. I don't know why I've got recalled. I only had a blood test last week. So I said to her, well, why am I having another one? She said, I don't know. I've just been asked to book you in. I don't know. So your guess is as good as mine. Whether it's because of me, I don't know. My diabetes again, I don't know what it's about. I'm trying not to think about it, actually. Trying not to worry. Yeah, stupid o'clock. I would have had to wake up about 7:00 to get, if I'd have gone on my scooter, it would have took me 3/4 of an hour to get there in the first place. Oh, I think this one comes with, I don't know whether you get a certificate that helps towards the spay costs if it's a female, or the neuter if it's a male. We've not had a male dog since Buster. Yeah. So it'll be unusual if we have a male. Yeah. At least the conservatory will be finished in time for training the little monkey. Because I've never trained a dog. I've trained a cat, but I've not trained a dog. You've got to know the signs, apparently, when they're going to Whitland, stick them outside quick. Yeah. Yeah, you pay for a certain amount to adopt from Romania, yeah. It's a few £100, Nathan. So, yeah, and you pay £100, I think, for the vet bills or something. I mean, they are charities, but, you know, obviously you've got to pay for them to be brought into the country, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know how much it is, yeah. The family went looking at a jacuzzi yesterday. Only looking now. Didn't buy one. £5 grand. A lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money, so we may get a jacuzzi eventually, but not right now. I'd love to have one of those so I can go and sit in it and relax my back. It'd be lovely. I'd be out there like a prune. Never get me out. Apparently they were looking at like indoor kind of swimming pools that would have just about fitted inside our conservatory. I went, no. I was going to open up my Etsy shop again, but then I got yet another letter from them saying I need to give them all my details for income tax and that. I thought, it's getting ridiculous on Etsy. Ridiculous. You know, I don't understand all this income tax and stuff like that. If I have to pay income tax, I'm paying it to the UK. I'm not paying it to the Americans. Sorry about that if you're American, but I don't see why I should pay over there to your inland revenue when, you know. Yeah, but I don't even understand it with Etsy, Jill. I don't understand it. They want some kind of a number, which must be an American tax number, and I don't have that number, do I? Because I'm in the UK. So I don't understand it. So I thought, right, I'm not going to start it up again. I was going to start it up just to sell what I've got, but I'm not going to bother now. They've lost me as a customer. So I've got to think of another way to do it. Got to sound like that Punch and Judy. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Hi, Dinas. I'm trying to cope. So I'm trying to cope. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I have enough trouble paying the taxes in the UK without paying taxes to America as well. I'm sorry if you're American. They're your taxes, they're not mine. You know, so I don't see why I should have to. Well, I won't be going back, Kaz, that's for sure. And I miss it because I used to do a lot of sales on there. But what's the point of doing the sales if I'm going to be hassled, you know, for tax and God knows what? Oh, it's all puts you off, doesn't it, Sandra? Puts you off ordering off anybody. I mean, we don't have that problem with Amazon in the UK because we don't have that problem, but it's just so it's so much of a hassle. All I want to do is just sell me things and have done. And it's like if you sell things now on eBay, you've got to give them your bank account details, and you don't get the money till it clears your bank, which could be 2 or 3 days later, which means you can't post off to your customer who's bought it from you until you know the money's cleared. So that's a bit aggravating for anybody who's waiting for something that they bought from you, that they're going to have to wait 3 days or even longer if it's a weekend before the money clears, before you can actually go to the post office and send it to them. I don't know what the tax is, Nathan. I read the email they sent me and I've got not a clue. So I thought, right, I'm not bothering. It's not worth it, Amelia. They're taking too much money. Yeah, well, we decided that it wasn't working as a joint venture. And I can't make my own webpage up because I'm not very good at that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm going to maybe try and sell what I've got through Facebook or through, my YouTube or something, Because I'm definitely I'm not paying to have a web page made because I don't intend to keep being in business. And I'm not paying £300-400 for somebody to make me a web page because that's not much point, yeah. So I'm just going to have to do what I can do here. Yeah. I mean, Kelly's been doing great with her, like, word of mouth, but sadly, like, I don't have anybody to do word of mouth with over here. So we shall see. We shall see. Kelly's doing fine, by the way. As I mentioned earlier, I had about a 2-hour conversation with her the other day. She's doing fine. She apologises for not coming on here, but she said by the time it gets to 9-10 o'clock, she's fast asleep. So she has early starts to her day. So she did tell me to say hello to everybody. And contrary to people who try to make out that Kelly and I have fallen out, we have not. We are still the best of friends. It's just the distance is between us. Yeah. We'll meet up one day when all this COVID nonsense is stopped, yeah. Yeah, that's a good way, Ian. I think that's the way I'll have to do. Because I'm certainly not going through Etsy and spending a fortune. I'm not... If I was continuing as a business, then I'd have to think of something really what to do, yeah. But as I'm not, then... Hi, John. Hi, everybody. Is it Amelia? Somebody who's just come in since then. Anybody I've missed saying hello to? Hello, yeah. Yeah, so Kelly's been busy knitting socks and knitting. I think she's got 2 orders for cardigans, I'm not sure. But knitted cardigans. She did make a video, was it last week or the week before? So she's better off than I am because I haven't made one. As soon as they've finished in the garden, then I will make a video. I keep saying that, garden, but we've had workmen here. I mean, the other day I thought they were coming through my bedroom wall. Apparently they were doing something to do with the drains. So it was like, I woke up with like, and my head was, because my bed's right next to the wall. I thought they were coming in. The son says to the workmen, "You're in trouble now, you've woke my mother up." But I was right, the building inspector came on Friday apparently, and they'd gone out. I didn't hear it. Didn't hear a thing. I don't know, Dinas. I don't know whether I can or I can't do a live. It will be separate to this one anyway, I don't want to turn this one into a sales whatever. This is our Saturday night party night. It's nothing to do with selling and buying and what have you got in. 2 separate occasions it is. If I do a YouTube video to try and sell anything, it will be separate to this one. Yeah. We shall see what we shall see. How would I deal with a jealous neighbour? I don't know. Ignore him, I think. I used to ignore my next door neighbour because she was right. But she wasn't jealous of me. She was just a pain in the neck. I don't really know them all that well, Kaz. I don't. And one of my wool shops that I've been into, she makes things herself to sell, so I don't think she'd want to sell my things as well, you know. What are they jealous of, John? Jealous of what you've got, your house or whatever? I don't think I've ever had anybody that's jealous of me. I've had horrible neighbours. All of my neighbours, when I was in Prestwich, over the last, 5-10 years, were all awful. Not awful as in noisy or anything like that. They were just awful in the fact that the house was absolute tip and the garden was a tip. We used to put sofas and shopping trolleys and all sorts on the front drive, you know. It was really letting the street down. So I was glad to be away from that. At least we don't have that around here. I did ask the people on my street if they've seen the people who moved into my house. And apparently they're like recluses. Nobody's ever seen them. Yeah. I mean, what are they doing, John? Are they looking over the fence or what are they doing? Hey, Ken. How are you doing? Oh, that's nice, Sandra. Her first baby at 39. It's never too late, is it? Well, it's too late for me, but never too late. No, I've never really had a neighbour who hated me. Oh, that's lovely, Ken. Thank you very much for catching me live. I have to hold my hand up. I am the world's worst at catching anybody live, so please don't be offended if I've not caught you live, because I am so behind with live. We moved in December and we've been having so much building work done that there's been workmen living with us near enough since December. So one day I will settle down and I'll be able to watch everybody. I would like to get a laptop, but that means saving up again, doesn't it? That's another reason why I want to sell my crochet. And maybe I can get a laptop. Who knows? Then I can be out in the conservatory or somewhere. Can't be in the shed because the internet doesn't work in the shed. Yeah. Right, everybody say hello to Ken. Say hello, Ken. I know you have, Chris. Yeah. I'm busy crocheting. I know you can't see my hands, but I am busy crocheting. And I can't show you the pattern because my printer's not working. And I bought the pattern off Etsy. Yeah, I do buy off Etsy, even though I don't want to. Oh, my son will when everything's finished, Jane. It's just, he's got he's painting the conservatory at the moment. It's kind of one of those things where you have to pick your minute, before you ask for help with anything. I mean, he's supposed to be linking up my printer, but we can't find, the wire thing that comes from the back of the back of the printer. It's upstairs somewhere. It's in the house, but one of them things. Until we find it when we find it, so we can't link it up until we find it. Yeah. Luckily, it's only an easy pattern, so I've been able to read it. And yeah, It's one of those that goes, that's like the bottom, you know, the front and the back bottom rib. And that's the shoulder. It's done in 2 pieces like that, and you join. It's like a V back, a V front. Oh, Poppy's having a good bark. Ian's telling her off. I don't know why she's barking. It's from my stash of ice yarn. Has anybody ordered any ice yarn recently? I'm terrified to order any because of all the import duties and the whatnot duties and this postage going up. I'm scared to order any ice now. It used to be my favourite go-to yarn, but now I'm having to rethink. Raglan Tunisia and Cardi. I'm thinking of making. Do you remember me making that cardigan that was all brightly coloured? It was like Frida Kahlo style. Well, the lady who did that design also did a design for a poncho, which was all bright colours, like 4 big granny squares. And I'm really tempted to have a go at that. Although I don't know whether I'd wear it, and I don't know whether anybody would buy it. So we shall see. I'm like that because I've got quite a bit of Aran. I think it's done in Aran, but I wouldn't have all the colours that she's done. But the problem is to order all those colours would cost a fortune, and you know, would anybody want to pay that? Yeah. I sometimes do, Ken, yeah. It depends. Sometimes the customs nab it and make me pay. Other times they don't. I think it all depends. I mean, Jill sent me a package one time, didn't you, Jill? I don't know what the rulings are. Is it under a certain amount or something like that? I don't know. So, I mean, sometimes other people have sent me things and I've not had to pay customs. And then other times, like, they get grabbed at customs, you know, and you think, oh, you know, why? Yeah. I still haven't found all my cardigans. I think they still must be in the shed. In boxes. You should have seen the boxes. The empty boxes stacked up in the garden that I'd taken out of the shed. Oh my giddy aunt. The trouble is, half of them, the lids have got broken, so you know, I don't know whether anybody'd want them. My son's put them up in the crawl space up in the loft, so I don't know whether he's thinking we're going to be moving again or what. But we shall see what we shall see. I know Sue I made a lovely cardigan in that, you know, that Frida Kahlo one, the one that was all stripes. I don't know if you remember it or not. And I made one in all shades of cream. And she really loves it. Excuse me, I've got to scratch my back. She really loved it. And she said to me, have you sold it? And I said, yeah, I did actually. So I don't know whether I can make her one in all, you know, in all subtle colours like she wants. Because I don't mind making it for her. So the 10mm hook, wow. You know, I still have not fathomed out Tunisian yet. I can do some of the stitches, but I can't get my tension. My tension is too tight. It's all right width-wise, but I can't get the tension row-wise. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That was supposed to be my thing for last year. You know, when you do what are you going to do for last year to 2020? And it was learn to do Tunisian, and it was also Sue's. And needless to say, neither one of us did it. So maybe we should make it, hi Granny D, hi. So maybe I should make it my thing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. How I can have retention right in the width and not in the length. Maybe I should start by making something that it doesn't matter. You know, say like if I was making a garment, something that was like a boxy shape, where it wouldn't matter if I didn't get the exact rows to it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things I'd like to. I've got so many sweaters and I'm not wearing them. And yet I get these ideas in my head and I see things. Well, Nathan's a great one. He sends me these pictures of cardigans and that are like about $900 for sale, like granny square cardigans. And I'm like, I can't even sell mine for like £60, you know. I'd love to know how you get into that kind of market. I guess we all would, wouldn't we? It's like you say, who you know, isn't it? Getting a niche, yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Granny D. I'm actually wearing a sweater that Ephraim made for me. Ephraim sent me a parcel. I don't think I paid import duty on this. Can you see it or not? It's black, so it's a bit hard to see. He makes these, you know, and he just crochets like the wind, you know. But isn't it lovely? And he made it in, let me think. What wool does he always like? I can't think. Yeah, Ian made me a lovely washcloth and I kept it because I didn't want to use it on dishes. So I've got it in my bathroom now, Ian. I'm finally using your washcloth. He made me a lovely washcloth. And he made it in, I think it was Millie's sugar and cream. And it was like a sort of a waffle stitch, wasn't it, Ian? Like it was very lovely. I just didn't want to wash dishes with it. It was too nice. So it's in the bathroom now, Ian. You'll be glad to know. How's Ephraim? I don't know. I haven't seen him either. He did write something on Facebook the other day, so he must be around and about, yeah. Yeah. I'm stopping keep buying these magazines, Ian. I know it was lovely. Everybody admired it, Ian. It was actually on my coffee table when I had one when I lived in Prestwich. It was like a little mat. It was on the coffee table for ages because I refused to put it in the kitchen. It was far too nice to use for dishes. Yeah. I've got a video, not a video, is it a little DVD I've got on Learn to Tunisian? It came with a book as well. The vest was going for £70. See, where am I? When these things are selling for £70, where am I? I'm behind the door, aren't I? Yeah. There was a lady on Facebook the other day on one of these. There's nobody coming here. Must be next door. There was a lady on Facebook and she said that one of her co-workers had asked her to make a sweater and her paid for the wool. And when she finished it, it fitted her perfectly. But she said she didn't want to buy it. She didn't want it. She goes, has it happened to anybody else? And I thought, yeah, millions of other people. It happens to. Too many people think that you can just crochet it for nothing. Just for the fun of it. I do it for friends, of course I do. But not for somebody you hardly know or a co-worker or something. I said to one lady, I said, if you don't mind me being rude, how much an hour do you earn? And she said something like about £10 an hour or something. So I said, would you do your job for £1 an hour? And she said, well, no. I said, yeah, but that's what you're asking me to do, yeah? You're asking me to work for £1 an hour, because that's roughly how much I earn when I'm crocheting. And she's like, oh. And then one lady said, oh, I thought it was your hobby because you were retired. I didn't realise you charged. Yeah. Yeah, she gave her the money for the wool, but then she didn't want to pay for her time. So I don't know whether she finished up giving her the sweater or not, but I wouldn't. I'd have said, right, here's the money back for the wool. I'm keeping the sweater. Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes look at YouTube just to be nosy, like at the fashion parades, you know, for these big designer people, you know. And the prices, just out the world. Yeah, exactly. If it's a friend, but this was a work colleague that she didn't know that well. Who just wanted to pay for the wool. Yeah. I mean, it has happened to me quite a few times, and I don't mean friends. Friends are different. Yeah. But mostly good friends understand, you know, and they want to give you money to make them something. You know, I had one friend and I had to sort of turn her down because she was giving me ridiculous amounts of money. And I kept saying, no, 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 I don't want so much. You know, I said, I only want what I would charge everybody. Oh, but it's beautiful, it's worth so much more than that, you know. But I felt embarrassed because I thought, well, I want more trade from her. You know what I mean? Still, it is what it is. At least I'm getting back into doing my crocheting, but I don't know. Like you say, you don't know what to do with it when you make that much. You think, oh, God, here I am making more to go in the shed. I mean, I've made 2 shawls here that I don't know what I'm going to do with. Yeah. I'll block them out and put them on Facebook and see what happens next. I am hungry because I didn't eat my tea. I might even start having my crisps early today. Done a bit more. It's going to take ages, this, actually, because it's a 3.75 hook. And it's more like a fingering weight. I don't know what it says it is. Don't think it does. You know what ice yarns are, they don't say anything, do they? What does it say about the needle size? Oh, it would help if I could see, wouldn't it? I'll have to get my little thingy out. A little magnifying glass when I find it. It says a 4mm. I wouldn't have thought that because it's very thin. 4mm knitting needles, it says. Yeah. I know, Sandra, some people do, you know, make things. Yeah. I mean, have you seen the wonderful things that Rose makes in the Philippines? I mean, I know people in the Philippines don't have any money, but what she charges, she only sells on this thing called Shopee, but they don't import, you know, export to the US or UK or anything. And I think to myself, all that work and she's not getting anything. She'll get pennies. And her work is beautiful if you've ever watched her. Rosa Key. Absolutely beautiful work she does. You know, if she could have a way to export it to the US, sorry, she'd be quids in, I tell you. She wouldn't be living like she lives. She'd be living a life of luxury. She's just looks at something and just crochets it. She looks at a picture in a magazine because she doesn't follow the patterns because they're not written in whatever the language is over there. Filipino. But because they're written in English or American, she just looks at the pictures and then she copies them. Honestly, I don't know how she does it. I can do to a certain extent if it's a very, very basic pattern. I used to do that donkeys years ago in the 60s, 70s when crochet was all the rage. I used to stand in front of these boutique windows. And in those days, of course, there wasn't, mobile phones with, cameras. I used to be staring at them. I'm sure they must have thought I was a shoplifter or something, just waiting for me minute to pounce in and rob something. Because I'd be trying to memorize it, to sort of write it down when I got on the bus or whatever. Trying to remember it. Yeah. I would have loved to have had a mobile phone to go take a photo. You're having a chia pudding with blueberries. Oh, it sounds very healthy. I'm having an unhealthy bag of crisps, which won't do anything for my sugar level to it. Never mind. Don't know Miguel. He must have got lost on his way back from his iced coffee. Has he made any more this week? I don't think so. I don't get notifications, so I have to go and have a look. I haven't had a look. Trying to think which was the last one I watched. Don't know. Which was the last one he made, Chris? I can't remember. I tried watching YouTube on my TV. But like trying to find all the programs, you have to go down like that to spell it out. I can't negotiate, and you go left, right, up, down. I can't do that. Whereas, when I'm on my PC, I can just flick through everything and find what I want. But on the TV, I can't. I've watched that one then, the Joanne shopping one. So he mustn't have made any since then. Well, I don't think he's bought anything. think he just looked at the colours. I was doing the Christmas in July. I don't do that. I don't know what it is about that gel. It just sets my teeth on end. I can't be doing the Christmas in July. Christmas at Christmas is bad enough, but not in July as well. I'm a party pooper when it comes to Christmas in July. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but I haven't had. Tell me, Cass, I'll hold my hand up. Put me in the naughty corner for not watching anybody's lives. I noticed David had one. I noticed that Daniel had one, and I didn't watch either of them. I'm about 94 videos from Jill behind. Same with Denise, same with everybody. He could have nodded off to Dina. You know what it's like, if he's been on a live this afternoon and he's had his iced coffee, he's probably sleeping. Ah, see. He's probably just sleeping then if he's had his pills. I'm absolutely useless at Ian at that. You know, doing split screens or doing whatever. Oh, well, I wouldn't be doing that then, Sandra. I stopped doing giveaways, not because I'm mean, but people who won were always in America, and it used to cost me a fortune in the postage. So, and I felt awful saying, all right, I'm only doing a giveaway in the UK, because that limits it to just people. Yeah. So I just, no, can't do it. But when I did a giveaway and spent £94 on postage, no, that was £94 I couldn't afford. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I know you like your nutcracker soldiers, Jane. We do. I think we do sometimes, Kaz. Although I wouldn't leave Britain. I wouldn't leave the UK. I love the UK. Even though the weather is pretty rotten. Although having said that, we've had some beautiful days here. I've been on holiday when I was younger. Not been on holiday for years. I think it's 8 years since I last left the country. Yeah. mean, having US giveaways within the US, you seem to have a better postage system where you have these boxes or something, where you post things for quite a set amount, you know. And we don't have that sort of thing, not even in the UK, from, you know, one UK town to another. All our parcels in the UK are weighed by weight. And whilst it's not that much in the UK, to send to America or other places, you're talking £20 before you put your finger on the scale. You know, it's just ridiculous. But I mean, some of the weight and size, yeah. Some of the boxes I've had from America, though, have cost $100 and something to post. You know, $74 to post something to me is about average, really. Hello, Poppy. Hello, little girl. Have you come to join us? Have you come to say hello? You come to say hello, sweetheart? Here she comes. Poppy. Here she comes. She won't put her head up for the camera. Poppy, nobody can see you down there. It's a dark carpet and you're black. Come on. Oh, no, she's going again. There she is. Off she goes. She's opened the door and now she's gone upstairs. So now I've got to go and close the door. Lovely, Poppy. Oh. Oh. Oh, every picture tells a story. I have to close the door because I swear my family are deaf because they have the TV on really loud upstairs and I can hear it booming down here. I know, the postage is ridiculous. I don't think, she may be. We've been trying to avoid her getting paint all over her. You shined up for a shopping service. If I use, there's like a courier service over here that costs a little bit less. But they do take a while. They take about over a week to get anywhere. I mean, I posted those little baby cardigans off to a friend of mine. They weren't too bad, actually. I think I paid about £4 or £5 or something to send those, but they were only little baby cardigans and they didn't cost much. Hello, Denise. Hi, dear Designs. Do you still use Etsy, Denise? Because I don't understand that last letter we've got. How much it costs to sell anything on there these days. My keyboard's sticking as well. Jill, I need to get a new one. Yeah, well, I'm not going back on it, do you? I can't understand all these tax letters and letters for this I keep getting. Oh, see, everybody's got their own website. I wish I did. I can't do it. I'm dumb, Denise. I'm dumb. And I'm not paying anybody to make me one because I'm not going to carry on with my business, really. I just want to sell what I've got, more or less. Well, I'll have to see where I go. I'll have to see what happens. I know, I don't understand them, do you, Denise? You got to pay tax here, you got to pay tax there, you got to do this, you got to do that. They're getting very bullying, aren't they, with the what's it? You must do this, you must do that. I don't like being bullied. When we're selling things, we're putting money in their pockets, but yet they're treating us like we're, you know. I don't know why we have to pay tax on things that people might be buying from us if they happen to be in America. I don't understand it. And if we don't give the details, they're going to charge 45% or something daft. I thought, well, you can tickle right off. I'm not doing any of that. When I'm selling in the UK, I don't earn enough to pay tax. So I'm sure as hell not paying tax on anything else. Yeah. I'm allowed to earn a certain amount because I'm a pensioner before I have to pay any tax. And I've never earned that much money. Never. In all the years I've been selling stuff. So I'm not registering for tax or anything. I did ring up the tax office saying, should I register as self-employed? And they said, no, you don't earn enough. So I shall stick with what they said. Let us know if you earn more than such and such a thing. I said, God, never earned that much in my life, except when I was working. Hey, I think McKelly was saying she has patterns on there for $1.99, but she only finishes it with £1, which is like half the price, isn't it? And they get all the rest. Doesn't seem fair. It does not seem fair. All these corporations are just out to screw the little people out there, let's face it. You know, if you're a little man, you get nowhere, do you? It's a struggle to survive. I feel sorry for all these little tiny shops that couldn't afford, you know, to stay open when it was COVID and that, yeah. I've never earned enough to pay taxes, Denise. Because when you think you sell something for £20, say from in my case, the wool will have cost £10 or whatever. So if you, and then you don't earn the £10 because Etsy takes the cut. So you might finish up with £9 if you're lucky. So, I mean, you think that I might only sell that in a month. So that's not exactly going to put me in the high tax bracket, is it, you know? Yeah, that's right, Chris. You're right. I get taxed on my little bit of pension I get from the civil service, would you believe? I can't believe it. You get taxed on your wages and you get taxed on your pension. Yeah, that's how they get on top. They don't care about the little people. They don't care about us, the little ones trying to make a scratch a living. Nobody cares about the little shops as well. All the little shops that have closed. And we're going to miss them, you know. We've got supermarkets and they don't sell everything we want. And you think, if that little shop down the road was still open, we could get it from there. Yeah, they'll be taxing breathing in a bit, won't they? Yeah, if we're allowed to live too long, we'll be taxed on that, won't we? Once you get to a certain age, oh, sorry, we've got to tax you on that now because you're breathing too much air in. Eh dear. Oh, Chris has many skills, don't you, Chris? He's my official. Oh, I'm done with certain things, Dina. So hold me hand up. I really am. I wasn't born in an age of technology. And it doesn't come easy to me, you know. Whereas kids today, they're spoon-fed it, aren't they, from being born, you know. And yeah. Yeah, that happens to me quite a lot. It's kind of like a sort of a deja vu. When you're thinking about somebody or thinking about something and then they phone you. And you think, that's bizarre. Not heard from them in 6 months. And they just popped in my head and then all of a sudden they phone you. Or you're going down a street and you've never been there before and you know the post office is around the corner. How do you know that? Have you been there in another time? We didn't decorate last year. Well, we'd only just moved here and we just weren't in the humour for Christmas. When you're not decorated anywhere and the house is upside down, you're just not in the mood for a Christmas tree, are you? And I didn't bring any of my decorations with me. I didn't bring my tree or anything with me. Not anything. So I used to go mad for Christmas when I was younger, but it was all a question of I had to ask somebody to go into the loft to find me Christmas tree and me baubles, you know. And then I had to put them up and then I had to put them down again and ask somebody to put them all back in. Oh, people were sort of going, I'm not going around to Janet's when it's Christmas because she asks us to do things. So, you know, I didn't bother. We probably will this year. Although I think my daughter-in-law gave our light-up reindeer away. We had a big reindeer that lit up like a electric tube thing. I think she's given that away. My son's a little bit bar humbug, yeah. So I think he said, we're not keeping that. I think she gave it to one of her daughters, I'm not sure. I know it's not here now. I used to love Christmas when I was younger. It used to be a magical time. I used to spend ages, you know, making things and crocheting and knitting things for everybody and toys and stuff for the kids. But it's not the same. I mean, especially last year. I'm sorry, but my back's itching, Aoife, and it's got wool in this jumper. I thought I was okay having a top underneath it, but it's still itching me. I'm just trying to think what wool it is. It's wool he loves. Malabringo. Mabrigo, is it? Oh, it's got wool in it. And this is what I'm like. Itchy, twitchy, twitchy. My ex-husband used to do all the decorating in our house. Yeah, back scratcher with a lotion and roller, yeah. I needed one of those actually the other day because I'd actually caught a bit of sunburn top of my back. And I can't reach any further than that, you know, to try and put lotion on my back. I could have done with it. I was even thinking of buying one of those, you know, those tiny little paint rollers. So I could roll a bit of body lotion on my back. I'm sure it would work. I need to get one when I go out sometime. Next time I go in Poundland or wherever it's called, or B&M's or somebody's. I'll have to get one of those. I need to write it on my list. I keep forgetting it. I've seen videos of, the Christmas shops in America. Ah, gosh. We don't have any. Well, we have a few things in shops at Christmas, but nothing like they have in America. I'm going to write myself a little list because there's certain things I need. I need some hooks. So I've done that one. I've done my 1045 and this one. I have an electronic diary, but not so you'd know. I never write things on there. Right, I need some hooks for my bedroom door. Because the ones I have were stick-on ones and they've unstuck. So I need to have the ones that you can screw on here. I need a small roller. I need a nail brush. The handle broke on my nail brush. Something else I needed. I can't think what it is. So I need those OXO cubes. I need those. But I won't get them at B&Q, will I? Right, that's what I need. That's all I can think of at the moment. Hooks for the bedroom door, small roller, nail brush, OXO cubes. And that's about it for the moment, till I can think of something else. I have to write a list. I don't know about anybody else, but my brain doesn't work too good these days. I have to remind myself to remind myself. Then I have to remind myself that I've made a list. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm getting a bit useless in my old age. Hey. I was watching a YouTube video. She's called Elaine Buch, B-U-C-H, and she has a bohemian shop somewhere in the Netherlands, I think. And she bought this massive big box of vintage clothes. Mind you, they're all tiny, tiny sizes. But then vintage clothes kind of were. Oh, I'm great at doing that, Denise. When I used to go shopping, I used to always leave my shopping list at home. Yeah, I don't know how we had to do it all the hard way, Denise. We had to do it all, work things out in our head. I bet if you asked a child today to do mental arithmetic, they wouldn't have a clue, would they? Takes them all the time to do arithmetic, don't it, without a computer? Can I use my calculator? No. Add it up. I don't know how. Yeah, I think I need a roller with a long handle, Sandra, because I can't reach the middle of my back. Well, those little tiny rollers that you use for cutting in, they're only about a couple of inches wide, aren't they? That's what I could do with a sponge roller, and I can roll my back with some, what do you call it? Not after sun. Moisturiser. People buy me buckets and buckets full of moisturiser. I must look as though I've got very dry skin. I never buy any myself. Really never do. Oh, for the keyboard. I've got a little brush for the keyboard somewhere. Somewhere. I've actually got a little vacuum cleaner. I found it the other day. You plug it in the tower and vacuum the keyboard. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Little brush for my keyboard. I'll be glad when we have a dining room. Not be long now. And then we can get a dining table. And then we don't have to juggle our dinners on our knees anymore. That'll be good. Yeah, little brush. I think actually it was for a razor, but I use it for the keyboard. Yeah, I've got a little, I must find that little Hoover. I found it the other day and then I don't know where it went again. The trouble is I've got an underbed storage that lifts up. And I'm not very good at lifting it up. You have to press it down to lift it up, and I haven't got the knack. And there's loads of things in boxes underneath there. And I know I've seen things, I think, nah, it's under the bed. I would have been better with a bed with drawers. That's what I used to have in the old house. I had 4 drawers under the bed. It was much better. You could store all sorts of stuff in them. That's what I miss here. I miss storage. You know, the little nooks and crannies, like we haven't got a pantry. I had a pantry. I had all kinds of places where I could put things like the Hoover and stuff. Here he comes, the man himself, Miguel. We thought you'd fallen in your iced coffee, Miguel. Been a busy day, has it? We'll let you off then. We'll let you off. I know you can't see me crocheting, but I am. There you see I'm crocheting. So if you can see me crocheting, then you can't see my face. You've run out of steam. I'm not surprised. I ran out of steam about 30 years ago. Yeah, I should have a wide angle lens, shouldn't I? Then you could see me crocheting. Oh, I crochet with that finger sticking out. Yeah, I do. I hold my wool in a strange way that nobody else does. I hold it like that around all my fingers and in that hand as well. I think you all develop your own style, don't you? And that's the style I use to get my tension right. At knit club, they're going, you know, don't you crochet fast? And I'm going like, no, not according to some of the people I watch on YouTube. They go, you know, like the clappers. Well, I don't actually, you know, it's the way I do my tension. Did I finish the shot? I did, yes, I just showed it before. But you must have missed it. Hang on. I'll put my camera back where it belongs. Yeah, I finished the virus off. I finished the pink one the other week. And then I finished the green and white one. There it is. Needs blocking, but it's been raining today, so I couldn't do it. Yeah, I'm not fast compared with a lot of the other girls, yeah. When I watch that Jen Cherry, you know, well, she's got RSI now. She's paying for doing so much and being so quick. She's having to have a lot of physio on her hands. But loads of people are much, much quicker than I am, yeah. I would say I'm more like average. Oh, you're making another video? I was only asking, Chris was saying, I was asking Chris what your last video was because I thought I'd missed one. But apparently I haven't then. I think everybody holds their yarn and their hook differently, really, Sandra. I always say, you know, that there isn't a wrong and a right way. It's whatever works for you. You know, just because people don't crochet the way I do, I would never say, oh, you're doing it wrong. Yeah. You just develop your own technique, don't you? You know, whatever feels comfortable to you and whatever feels, you know, right for you to use, then, you know, kind of just do it. I mean, with knitting, there's not that many differences in styles, is there? But I think with crocheting, there's a heck of a lot of difference. You know, in the way people hold their hook, the way people hold their yarn, the technique, yeah. I think crocheting has more varieties than knitting does. I'm just so in awe of the people who knit Continental. I just, you know, I just watch them and I'm thinking, you know, speed knitting is not the word, is it? I would be bankrupt if I went into a place like Joann's, Miguel. I'm telling you. My common sense would go out the window. I'd be like, oh, I like that. They may not have it next week. Oh, I like that. I used to be like that with ice yarns, but of course I can't do it now because of the import duties. That's one thing I will say about the import duties and the tax. It stopped me being silly, buying ice yarn when I don't really need it. Kelly's the same. She's not bought any either. I'm intent on using what I've got in my shed. You know. So unless I've got something, I may have to buy something because I know Sue doesn't watch these, so we're all right. Sue asked me if I'd sold a cardigan that I made ages ago. That one from Frida Kahlo that was all in stripes and colours round and flowers on the pockets. And I'd made one in cream background with all shades of like beiges and pale greens and that. And I sold it. So I know she likes that. So I've got a rummage in the shed. I can get away with some colours I've got. But some colours I'm going to have to try and buy. But we do have a market here. So maybe I can sort of go to the market and sneak them in in the house without being noticed. I've got the main colour. I've got cream and I've got another colour. But I can't remember how many colours I need. I need to find the pattern. I can't print it out because my printer's not working. No, we don't have any big yarn shops. Your spelling got you into trouble. Why was that, Miguel? You were talking about shopping instead of shipping. We've just been talking about shipping costs earlier on, about how ridiculous they all are. And about Etsy changing the rulings yet again, which I don't even understand the email. I asked Denise and she doesn't understand. Miguel's going to have fun in the chicken yard. Right? Hobbycraft, I don't have a Hobbycraft anywhere near me at all. I've just got 2 local wool shops, and I've not been in one of them yet. And a marketplace, market store. So I need to find the pattern for a start off, and then find the colours that I've got, and then see what colours I need to buy. So we'll see. And hoping maybe I can get it done before she comes down, and then I won't have to pay for postage to send it to Scotland. Somebody's coming through the ceiling. My daughter-in-law is still on crutches, so every now and again she drops her crutch and it sounds really loud down here. Am I going to tell what? No, I'm not going to tell. I'm just going to sneak it in. It'll only be a few balls anyway. You wanted him to come and make love in your chicken. I should imagine that did cause a bit of havoc. I look on, how's you imagine your face turn red? I like looking at Kemp's as well, the Wool Warehouse. Durham, I used to like Derrimores, but they're very slow on deliveries, Derrimores. And I used to like Purple Linda as well, but her price is a top price. But she does stock a lot of colours that other people don't stock. You know, if you need certain colours, yeah. She's a married lady and your neighbour. No excuse me, girl. Now you'll have to blush every time you see her. I bet it more than ruffled a few feathers. Yeah, the Wool Warehouse sends out, don't they? I know Ephraim used to love the Wool Warehouse. And I think Bag of Days ordered from them as well, or I might be mistaken. Yeah. I haven't ordered any wool, for such a long time, as you know, because I've got so much in the shed I've got to use up. Yeah. I'm only going to buy like certain colours, like, for this. If I decide to make this jacket for Sue, I might be 2 or 3 colours short. But we're only talking about 100-gram balls, it's not like I'm going to be spending a fortune. It'd be about £1.20 a ball or something, and I'd be buying about 3 or 4 of them. So it'll be, won't be a fortune, if you know what I mean. Oh, we're going to get a video longer than 90 seconds. Oh dear. If you're going to show a haul, now I have to look at the picture that I made to find out what colours I did it in, actually. Donda Esta Miguel. Your last video was 6 minutes. Way! Wow. I did see the one you did for 9 minutes as well. Don't go daft, you don't go silly, you know. If you do your chickens, you have to make it last more than 2 minutes chasing your chickens around. You have to introduce us to them all one by one. You can't just hold your camera and say, these are my chickens. And we all go, they're the chickens, there they go. There the chickens were, there the chickens go. I'm going to eat my chocolate. I'm going to put my crochet down and eat my chocolate. I mean, I've been crocheting for an hour and 46 minutes. And I've only done that. And I'd already done quite a bit before I started. So, you know, these people who say you could charge by the hour. My garments would be about £100. Once the house is finished, I'm going to try and get on more lives. Once I've got somewhere to sit. Maybe if I can, maybe get a laptop. My videos will only last 30 minutes on my camera because that's when they cut out. You have a lot of video ideas. Well, make the ideas last a little bit longer than a few seconds, Miguel. Either talk slower or spread them out a bit. Because you turn your video on and it's gone. And you think, what was that? 2 seconds, gone. I used to get in trouble when I did my lives out on the deck. Because everybody used to complain they couldn't hear me. But I used to think half of it was those noisy birds, if you remember. I mean, now we've got seagulls to contend with here. Yeah, my videos usually get chopped off about 30 minutes. I keep forgetting to take the timer out and set the timer. If I set the timer on my phone to 28 minutes, then that gives me time to say bye-bye before it cuts off. I'm very bad at judging a half hour in my head, you know. I can remember Kaz from Kazualistic being told off because she had a pet bird, didn't she? And I don't know whether it flew near her or something. This woman went absolutely potty. She goes, I've got a phobia about birds. And she went on and on and on. She made Kaz feel really bad. Just because this bird flew past. It was Kazzy's pet bird. It wasn't like it was a great eagle swooping down. And she went on and on about, I can't watch the video. I have a phobia about birds. And you know, how do you go out of the house then, love, if you've got a phobia about birds? I've done that before today, Chris, because when my Poppy's off again. When my phone cuts off, it starts up again. Hi, BB. Yeah, people used to go mad about my birds singing in the hedge when I was at my other house. I don't know what they'll make about it when the seagulls go flying over. Oh, because people love to complain, Jill. You should know that. I was watching a girl on a girl's video today, and she was saying that she had 17 thumbs down in the first 2 minutes of her video being posted. And I'm thinking, it happens. Some people are just waiting. They don't even bother watching the video. They just thumb down. And this poor girl had 17 thumbs down in the first minute or so of her video. What was it? A green screen, Miguel? Was it a fake lake? That's what they do, isn't it? Yeah. But I mean, obviously, this young lass was a bit upset, Jill, because, you know, nobody had even watched her video, had they? I've got one that thumbs down within a minute of me posting a video. I get a thumbs down. You know, I don't care about the thumbs down. It's just, you know, the first minute, come on, you're not even watching it. Yeah. I get stupid remarks whenever I do a video in my craft room or my shed. I started not wanting to do them because people are so nasty. You know, I don't know why they have to be so nasty. I delete most of them. Most people don't see them because I delete them. But they're personal and they're very nasty. So it just puts you off doing it, yeah. It's different for me now, Jill. We're living with other people. It's not, you have to sort of plan doing any videos when you know that there's nobody around and nobody's going to come walking in or, you know. When I lived at home, well, in my other home, I could just do videos when I felt like it. I could just think, oh, I'll do a video and go and grab me, you know, tripod. But here I have to think, is somebody in the garden? Are the workmen here? Are the people here? Whatever. If I go in my shed, I've got no light. So it has to be daylight. And the door has to be open, otherwise I can't see a thing in there. It'll all be done as soon as we, you know, the cable over there. What am I making now? I'm making a top. It's called the Amanda top on Etsy. I can't show you a photograph because I can't print it out. I've got no printer. But that's the way it is. It's like doubled. That's the shoulder. That's the bottom. And then you fit two halves together, it's like a V-neck here. Your new pup. Well, maybe we're going to get a pup. I think I told you, didn't I? We're having to wait to see whether we get one. We've been accepted, but it's just a matter of when. So maybe we'll have a video of a little pup. Yeah. You do more videos of the lake. I hope you're not going to fall in it, Miguel. Yeah, the first video you did was really, really short. We saw more of the path than we saw the lake, yeah. I keep saying I'm going to find out how to do this blinking camera. You buy a GoPro camera and never use it. Then I could make a video of what, you know, it looks like to go along the seafront. Show the way, you know, it's lovely when it's sunny. On Thursday when I went to Knit Club, it was absolutely glorious. Blue sky and just little white fluffy clouds. It was absolutely gorgeous. Kiddies were playing in the sea. The ice cream cart was there on the seafront. It was lovely. And the high school geography class was out measuring, well, they call them groins here. They're like things that go down to the sea. I suppose they break up the waves or whatever. But they call them a groin. So they were out there on the geography studies measuring these groins or something. So, and then there were some other people digging up on the sand. Goodness knows what they were digging for. They were digging a hole down to Australia, I think, with a big yellow digger. I presume it's something to do with the sea defences. Oh, fake rocks. Yeah, we had massive big rocks, yeah. You haven't seen rocks like our rocks on the sea defences. My God, they're huge. Massive big boulders there. I wish I'd have had my different camera with me on Thursday because there was a ferry out to sea. But if I'd have taken a photograph of it with my the camera on my phone, you wouldn't have been able to see the ferry. But I could have zoomed in, you know, if I'd had my big camera. Could have zoomed in so you could see the ferry. No, I never found out what the diggers were doing. It's something to do with sea defences and measuring how deep the sand is and how, I don't know. It was all very technical, that's all I know, Jill, yeah. They were out there again the other day. Irene said they're digging channels or something for these sea defences, so I don't know what they're doing. I know we're all right here. We're lucky. We've got really high sea defences here. But a lot of the places further along have got low sea defences and they've got houses again, you know, right up to the sea like we are. So they're more in danger of being flooded if they don't do the sea defences properly. You know, it's not happened, but some places are like gates that go across and they say, you know, it's dangerous to cross or walk on the seafront at high tide. So, yeah, cardboard Miguel like that. Cardboard chickens, yeah. Cut out cardboard chickens. That's what we could do. I will do a video of the back garden once it's all done. Hopefully next week we're getting some topsoil and we're getting some paving slabs put down. I don't know what you call them in in America. You know, like we call them flags that they put down on the pavement or sidewalks, as you call them. They're like concrete squares. Yeah. So we're having some of those put down, and we're having some topsoil put down. So then the garden can begin. Can't do the front yet. Can't do the front. We haven't got the amount of money that they want to do tarmac on the driveway. So that will have to wait for a while. We shall have to put up with a driveway that's got potholes in it. Hi, Jackie M. One day. Of course, if I win the lottery, you know, then we could have them done, couldn't we? But seeing as that's not happened. What did my dad used to say? One day my ship will come in. But with my luck, I'll be waiting at the airport. My son used to say, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. So I feel like that sometimes. Our coffee soon went cold. It soon went cold. I have some more. But when this runs out, I haven't got any. I didn't bring a can. I'll have to spin this out or do without, won't I? I'll just put a little bit in. No, Shad, no, not yet. He's probably gone fishing. You know, if it's not foggy or it's not whatever and it's not thundering, he's probably gone fishing. He likes his camping out, doesn't he, when it's nice weather? Camping and fishing. You've lost your chat box. I lost mine earlier on, Jackie. I had to stop and start again because I couldn't see anybody in chat at all. There was about 20 odd people on channel and I couldn't see a word. So I had to start all over again. That's why it says part 2. This is going to take some crocheting, this, tell you. I might keep this. Well, I can't keep this for myself. It's got mohair in. It'll make me itchy twitchy. As I say, this sweater, I know now why I've not worn it. But Ethan made me. It's Malabrigo and it's got a bit of wool in it. It's making me itchy twitchy. I'm working on a side-to-side sweater. Well, top, not a sweater. Summer top. It goes side to side and then it sews down the middle of the front and the middle at the back. And it's like a V back, V front, yeah. Well, if lots of people are fishing in the lake, then that's where Shad will be. He'll be fishing. There was lots of people fishing in the sea the other day, yeah. We've got a proper coffee maker, but I don't like it. I don't like proper coffee. It's too strong. I really don't. Oh, you're off, Rebecca. Okie dokie. We'll see you next week. Hopefully. Oh, yeah, is it 4th of July, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I never think about that because, of course, obviously we don't celebrate over here. I always forget about the 4th of July. Yeah, Kelly's got a few customers for knitting and stuff. I'm hoping she puts a good word in for me. I don't want orders. I just wanted to put a good word in to sell what I've already got. Yes, happy good 4th of July. Anybody in the US that celebrates it, yeah. This is a bit like a cool rig or something. It has them little pod things that you put on. My son's going, oh, it's beautiful. You'll love it, mother. I said, no, don't bother. You make them, you have them. I don't like strong coffee at all, Dinas. I really don't. I just like the ordinary, the instant coffee that you spoon in after. I just don't like proper coffee at all. David's doing a marathon. Oh my giddy aunt, poor David. I hope he's got his supplies ready, his drinks and everything on tap for him. And he can hold his bladder or leave quickly and come back quickly. I've not taken my pills today. Yeah, perhaps he sits on a potty. Maybe he does that. He sits on a commode. Man, for men, it's easy, isn't it? You can have one of those little bottle things that they have at the hospital. A bit more difficult for women, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's like men on long car journeys and that. They can use a little porta potty and nobody knows they're using it. But for women, it's a bit more awkward. So wonder these kids that do gaming, it's wonder they've got any bladders left at all. They sit gaming, don't they, for hours and hours and hours on end. Oh, well, you think yourself lucky and should be a woman. It's even harder to lie down as a woman. At least you've got something to point with. We ladies don't, it just goes anywhere. I used to always say, can't I get out? Can't I get out? It's worse for women, believe me, Miguel. Much, much worse for women. How can you lie down flat and wee when you're a woman? Without being too graphic, yeah? At least men have got something to point with. Yeah, we do have sprinklers. It can go anywhere, can't it, Kaz? Mm. If ever, oh, I've thrown. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, if you've ever got a guy in your house, you can wonder why they can't point it in the right direction. Yeah, yeah. When they completely miss. And you're like, what on earth is going on upstairs? sounds like the furniture removing. They both got slippers on. You'd swear blind they had hobnail boots. Oh, it's the same when you're diabetic, Kaz. You have to give them every time you go. Have you brought your sample? No. Why? Didn't have a bottle. Clog dancing, I think they're doing more than clog dancing upstairs. I think we've got a Morris team up there, the whole group. I say to Arian sometimes, what do you do up there? It sounds like you... He says, nothing, we're just walking quietly. That's your idea of walking quietly. Not raided by raccoons. It sounds like we're being raided by hippopotamuses up there. They've got carpet and everything. I don't know why they sound so flipping noisy. Never mind. They'll be downstairs more anyway when we get the conservatory. I'll be in the conservatory in the daytime, but I won't be at night. But they'll be in the night time. Being downstairs, especially if we get the pup, yeah. Or especially when it's hot and they can sit outside, yeah. Yeah, it does sound like two shy horses doing the foxtrot, yeah. Yeah, Gene Kelly and Fred, what's it called? Not Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers upstairs, yeah. I think it's hippopotami, isn't it? I think it is. Hippopotami. Although don't quote me on that. Then they wonder why people can't learn the English language or the American language, because we have so many weird duplications, don't we? Like mouses and mice, but we don't have houses and heists, do we? Oh dear. Just think of the word bear. How many ways to say bear? You know, you can bear all, you can bear with it. You can look at a bear. No, Poppy's downstairs. She was barking a minute ago. She's downstairs. I mean, can you wonder why people can't learn the English language? Must be one of the hardest ones in the world. When I say English language, I mean, you know, English US or whatever. We've got so many anomalies with plurals, haven't we? And so many different meaning of one word, you know? One word can mean so many different things in different contexts. It has got it's got so many different rules though, hasn't it? I mean, yes, so many words sound the same and spelled differently. So many words that are spelt exactly the same, but where you put them in a sentence changes the meaning completely. You know, I can't think of one offhand, but there are several words that you think. I thought French was bad enough when you put the verb at the end, is it? Sounds a bit like Yoda, you know, like happy am I or something, like instead of I am happy. Oh dear, no, no, Sandra. Oh, I hope not. Don't want any more bad news today. All we've got to hope, Sandra, is that they caught whatever it is early enough. And that, you know. Ugh. Yeah, bow to the Queen, a bow tie as well, bow and arrow, the bow of a ship, yeah. Yeah, we got all kinds of things. Bough of a tree, you know, the branch, they call it a bough, don't they? I mean, I know they spelled B-O-U-G-H, but still pronounced the same. Yeah, my dad used to tease my son by saying hiccough. And he used to say, it's not a hiccough, Grandad, it's a hiccup. And he says, no, it's spelled hiccough. He used to always get in with the spellings of different words, yeah. My son was like, he used to say hippopotamus, and he used to say, no, it's a hippopotamus. No, hippopotamus. He couldn't say, and he couldn't say his S's when he was little. He used to say nake, and he used to say, no, snake, say snake. And he used to go, snake. He couldn't get the S and the nake together for a while. He had his little anomalies. And it was always an underbrella, not an umbrella, an underbrella. And if you corrected him, he said, no, you go underneath it. So it's an underbrella. Yeah. Marble. My friend says something the wrong way around all the time. And I can't think what it is. And she used to do it all the time. And I used to say, no, it's not that. I can't think what it was. And she never even knew she did it. And I used to say to her such things. She said, that's what I just said. And I said, no, you didn't. Jiffra. It's funny how kids can't say certain words, isn't it? Yeah. They have their own little ways of saying things. The thing with my friend when she kept saying this word wrong was her son picked it up. Little one used to say the same thing. I had a terrible time correcting him as well as her, saying, no, Mike, you don't say that. But Mummy says that. I say, yeah, but Mummy says it wrong. I didn't want him to grow up being laughed at by saying this word wrong. And I cannot remember what it was now. But she said, oh, I know what it was. Domino. You know, Domino's the game. She kept saying Donimo. And I kept saying, no, Domino. And she kept saying, that's what I say, Donimo. Let's play Donimos. Oh, when you live in certain areas. When I used to work down in Salford, they don't use the word tea. So if somebody is called Peter, it's Peter. And it was the job centre. And I kept saying, no, it has a T. Centre. Yeah, that's what I said, centre. Oh dear. They just miss out whole letters, yeah. Yeah, Ian used to call it forgetty. Not spaghetti, forgetty. No, I didn't, Jill. I didn't see that video, no. Yeah, it's like a dialecty thing down in Salford that they have this. Oasis talk like that as well, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, the arguments we have over bread rolls and muffins and tea cakes and baps and this one little bread thing can have about 7 different names depending on where you live. If you go in the shop and ask for the wrong thing, they look at you like, you're daft or something. Oh, keep freezing. Oh, how nice. My dad's nickname for my son was me drink. Where's me drink? And my dad used to say, "Come on, me drink." Your grandma called them batches, yeah. No, we had muffins and we had tea cakes, but our tea cakes didn't have fruit in them. You had to ask for a currant tea cake if you wanted one with fruit in. So then I moved over to Prestwich, and they call them baps or something, or balm cakes or something daft. Tell you what used to get me. My ex-husband used to ask me for a round of bread. And I never knew whether he meant 2 slices of bread or 1. I said, "Do you want a sandwich?" He used to say, "Yeah, on a round of bread." Bread's not round. Why would it be a round of bread? Yeah, well, tea cakes don't, in Oldham, tea cakes don't have. Muffins have a thumbprint in the middle, like a dent in the middle. Tea cake is a risen. Current tea cake has fruit in it. We had no such things as baps and balm cakes and God knows what. Yeah. Yeah, what is a round of bread? Is it like 2 slices? Why do they say a round? Yeah. It's funny how these words come from things, yeah. Yeah, crumpets and pikelets are similar, aren't they? But I always think pikelets are flatter, whereas crumpets are about that thick, aren't they? Pikelets are like thin, you know. Oh, we have weird things, yeah. Every area's got its different words for different things, and every area seems to have its own little dishes, don't they? I mean, in Liverpool, it's always scouse, isn't it? In Lancashire, it's like the hot pot, isn't it? And I don't know what Yorkshire is. Puddings, Yorkshire puddings. But every area seems to have its own little whatever, little menu here. No flapjacks. Yeah, batters. Yeah, no, we don't. I mean, there was a thing on the television, what you call the end of the loaf at each end. We call it a crust. Some people call it a heel. Some people call it whatever. The bits from the chip shop, scrapings, I think we call them. Scrapings. Or could be scraps, yeah. Oh, I love potato fowls. They're nice, aren't they? I like potato cakes, mind you, but fowls are different. It's like soda bread. Soda bread's different, isn't it? I love Irish potato crisps, or chips as you would call them in America. Just trying to think what they're called. You can only get them in Ireland, these potato crisps. Can't think what they're called. I bet John would know if he was on. Yeah, we don't call a grocery cart a buggy. A buggy is something you put a baby in over here. Yeah. Tato, that's the one. Tato crisps. They're really nice. I don't know why they make them so different. No, we don't say a sack either for a grocery bag. Tato's, yeah, that's them. They're really good though. Really good crisps. I got sent some from Ireland once, and don't ask me why they taste different, but they do. They taste so much better. I mean, over here, I'll only eat Walkers. I only like Walkers crisps. I don't like the supermarket ones, and I definitely don't like the Aldi ones. But Walkers, I mean, they've got about 5 crisps in a load of air, haven't they? I've never known them put so few crisps in a bag. Yeah, we wouldn't call them a sack over here in England. Yeah. Yeah, they used to call them tatties up here. Well, Lancashire dialect call them tatties. Or spuds is another word, a bag of spuds. Yeah, we call them carrier bags in England, I think, yeah. They would ask, do you want a carrier bag? Not do you want a sack? Maybe I think in America they made of paper, aren't they? Tatties. Yeah, taters, yeah. But then again, you can say, oh, it's blooming taters, isn't it? That means it's cold, yeah. Oh, I used to like those as well, but the only ones I'll eat now are Walkers, yeah. Or M&S, I'm a snob. M&S crisps are nice as well. At about 3 times the price of everybody else's, but that's by the by. Yeah, we've got an M&S. Yeah, our plastic. But we have to pay for them now. You have to pay so much to get them. They're trying to cut down on this plastic waste and stuff. We always take our own bags to, when we're going shopping. Reusable, big bags. We always take our own now. We don't have the pay for the plastic ones. It's just so much wastage if you get plastic ones, isn't it? It's not good for the planet because they don't biodegrade. Yeah, we have to pay about 5 or 6p. That's pence if we want a plastic bag at the end. They ask you, do you want a bag? And then they put 6p on your bill. So we always take our own now. I've got used to it. The first thing we do is, have you got your bags? Yeah. I think most of Britain's got into that mindset, of taking a bag with them to the shop. Yeah, Tato crisps are lovely. Is it 10 or 20? It might have gone up, Nathan. It's been a long time since I had a bag. I usually refuse a bag. If you say, do you want a bag? I say, no thanks, I've got my scooter outside. Yeah. No, I mean, oh, God, how do they afford those disposable nappies? Have you seen the price of them? My God. I know they tried to say, oh, it's water for the washing or it's water, this, that, and the other. I can't see that myself when they're paying so much money for these disposable nappy things. They're just scared of a bit of wee and a bit of poo these days, aren't they? Oh, can't do that, can't touch that, oh, can't do it, oh, it's how unhygienic. So yeah, you throw them in a landfill that takes never to biodegrade. I mean, a lot of the green people, they use cloth diapers, don't they? Or reusable ones that you sew and you have poppers on them and stuff. I had Terry for my son. It was never really a problem. You just washed them and put them out on the line and they dried. Yeah, in the pail with nappy sand, and then you rinsed them through and washed them, didn't you? Hello, Ben. Where have you been? Manny, you disappeared last week and you were supposed to be off, weren't you? Yeah. I was thinking about you the other day because I was watching Susan Calman on TV on her holidays and that, and she was on these fun fairs. She went on the one in Blackpool. She went on the one, I think, in Southend or something. So I was thinking about you. I thought, oh, look at all these fun fairs. Have a guess where you were. You fell asleep. That's where. Yeah, you used to judge your mother, didn't you, by the colour of her nappies on the line? If they were a bit grey and horrible, she wasn't very good mother, was she? Oh, he was watching the footy, do you think? I think he fell asleep, yeah. Carnival in town. I don't like the fair. I hate to say this, Ben, but everything makes me terribly sick. Oh, the nets in the window. Oh, I hate to see grey nets. In fact, I've never had nets. I've never had a net in my house. I refuse to have them. I think they're just muck catchers. Dirt catchers, if you want to be polite. Muck catchers. Unless you're prepared to wash them every week, they just go a funny colour. Especially if people used to smoke. Do you remember the colour of the nets? Oh, dearie me. Oh my goodness, you did indeed, Ian. If you didn't donkey stone your front step. Yeah, I can't ride on anything except the little kiddie rides. I get sick as a dog on the waltzes and everything. No, it wasn't you who'd fallen asleep, Miguel. It was Ben who said, guess where he was last week when he came on and disappeared. And I said he must have fallen asleep. But he hasn't answered me whether we were right. I think it was Cass said he was watching the football and I said he'd fell asleep. And I'm terrified of the big wheel. When I was about 15 or so, we went on the big wheel and it broke down. We were right at the top. And the idiots that I was with used to sit about 3 or 4 people in them days in the basket. Swing in the basket. I was petrified. Absolutely petrified. I couldn't wait to get down. It took ages before they finally met it to get it going again. And I was up there because I've got vertigo at the best of times. It was like that when we went up Blackpool Tower once. My ex-husband took me up to the top of Blackpool Tower. I was like that, clinging to the lift. I said, I'm going down again now. He said, no, come here and look over the top. Look over the top and see the view of Blackpool. I said, no, thank you. I'm going back down on the lift. Yeah, I was sick on the waltzers, Kaz, yeah. I haven't got the stomach for anything that goes round and round. I was always the one when we were teenagers, the one who held everybody's coat and handbag. Yeah. I used to be there at the bottom of the ride, with about 6 handbags and coats on my arms, yeah. Because they all used to take everything off so they wouldn't drop anything over the edge. So I used to sit on a bench at the bottom of whatever it was, the waltzers, the big wheel, everything, and hold the coats. Mind now, I believe at Blackpool, somebody was saying you can't even go on the pleasure beach unless you pay. But, but I mean, say you don't want to go on any rides, they should have a sort of a, what do you call it, like a, like they used to have train station passes where you just went on the platform. Yeah. But you have to pay now, even if you're not going to go on any of the rides, yeah. Ah, no, not me. I won't be going to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, not even for a look round. I used to like going in things like the Haunted House or the House of Mirrors and things like that. They didn't sort of make me feel sick, but anything that went round and round or up and down, nope. Some of these rides today and some of the, do you know something? I live, how many miles up the road from it, and I don't want to go to Blackpool. We went through it the other day. Well, I said the other week, because we were going somewhere, and it was absolutely deserted because everywhere was still shut down. Yeah, I don't like the toffee apples because the toffee's always sweet and the apple inside's always sour. So I like the candy floss though, yeah. But I don't like donuts. They smell awful. But I'm a poor one to go on the fair. I used to go on the fair with my friends because it was just the dumb thing we always did. As soon as the fair came to town, we were there. But I used to be the one who came home with my money. No, I can't go on roller coasters. No. I once went on the little baby one with my son once when, it only went up and down like that. It was a tiny one. I went on that once with my son. He was only tiny then. I was laughing at Susan Calman because she's very short. And there was one ride, like she had to be a certain height before she could go on this thing, and she was 4'11". Oh, you're back, Jane. Hi. Ben's still not told us where he went. He said guess, and now he's not told us. He said guess where I've been, and he never said. Ben, where are you? He's gone again. He's gone again. Yeah, I'm quite liking the colours in this, but I know I can't wear it because it's itchy. It's itchy cool. It's got mohair in it, for those of you who were wondering. And I can't have anything to do with wool. But it's going to be pretty, yeah. The grocery store was a mad. Oh, yeah, well, it's because of the holiday, isn't it, Miguel? Everybody's buying 94 hot dogs or burgers or something for the cookout. Stores are shut for one day and everybody buys enough to last them 3 weeks, don't they? We were talking about this today on Facebook, and somebody had put like what the rations used to be, just after the war when everything was still rationed. And a lady put, was that the ration for a day then? No, it was the ration for a week. And we were just saying some of the people who moan about, food and stuff. I'm not talking about the ones who are desperately poor and are in that situation where they can't afford food. I'm talking about the people who think they're hard done by if they haven't got a bucket full of food they should try living on ration, to tell you. There wouldn't be much obesity, I tell you. I don't think there were any fat people just after the war. Yeah. Your supper's ready, Jackie. Okay, I hope you're eating something nice. Hope it's nicer than mine. Mine was horrible, tell you. It was piri something or other and it wasn't nice. So I shall have some supper before I go to bed. I don't like crowded stores. I'm glad I don't have to do shopping anymore. I hate it. Especially holidays and Christmas time when everybody's buying trolley loads piled up high. They know damn well half of it's going to get thrown away. Such a waste. If people only bought what they were going to eat, it'd be a much, much better situation. I think people's eyes are bigger than their bellies. I've never heard of anybody that said, oh, I ran out of food at Christmas. Because everybody buys way too much food. The only thing I've ever sort of run low on at Christmas was, before I had a freezer, was like bread or milk, something simple. But when I had a freezer, I always used to keep a loaf in. Yeah, but I mean, people are just going to be spending loads and loads of money on food that's going to get thrown away. Yeah, it's no wonder people get to be £600, is it? I tell you, there was nobody obese just after the war. When they used to be on rations, you couldn't get fat on that. For every £600 person, there is somebody who is feeding them. And this is what I have an issue with. If you cannot walk to the store and you can't buy your own food, how can you be £600? Because even if you're ordering online or you're ordering over the phone, somebody has got to open the door and take the food in. So somebody is enabling. That's what I have against people who are that big. They are not trying because somebody is enabling them. I won't use self-checkouts. No, I won't. I refuse. When they say there's a self-checkout there, I'll say, no, I don't work here. Yeah. Because I suppose the people... Yeah, I hate wasting food. I hate it when I have to throw things away because they're out of date. That's only to do with meat, by the way. But when we only have a fridge here. We've got a freezer, but it's in the garage. When I used to do my weekly shop, I used to put half of it in the freezer. So the time it wouldn't go out of date, yeah. I always had a loaf in the freezer for emergency use. Yeah, I didn't have a compost when I lived on my own because I didn't really have a garden. Yeah. Oh, I hate wasting food. I hate buying too much. We don't waste much here because we don't. Well, I don't do it, but they don't do a weekly shop. They tend to shop maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And my daughter-in-law usually I cook. Yeah. But when I say people with trolleys absolutely piled high with food at like Christmas and, things like that, and I think, you are just wasting money. You might as well just throw money away. When I lived on my own, I used to order ready meals, those people like Oak House and stuff like that, Ian, that deliver ready meals to your door. That way there was no waste because you just cook the meal and then you eat the meal. So there was no waste because I wasn't cooking anything. It was a more expensive way of eating, I know it was, but I didn't feel too badly about it because I was throwing nothing away, if you're with me. Yeah, I hate throwing food away. I was brought up just after the war. Rationing didn't end until 1954, so I would have been 9 when rationing ended. I would have been 9. So I was brought up with austere, like sweets and stuff. We just didn't have them. Yeah. It breaks my heart to see a little child sitting in a trolley, in a pushchair, big bag of sweets. And I'm thinking, oh my God, the teeth and the sugar that you're giving that child. It'll be bouncing off the walls for the next 5 hours with all of that sugar. I used to buy a big bag of sweets and I used to divide it up into little amounts for my son. One big bag of sweets would last over a week because I used to just put them in little bags. And when he said he wanted some sweets, I gave him a little bag. Yeah. When you live on your own, Ian, it's the cheapest way of buying food, I think. Like he's buying the ready meals or frozen things. When you live alone, I think it's the most economic way of buying stuff because there isn't any wastage, is there? I mean, I do prefer fresh stuff, by the way. I do. Oh my goodness, yeah, an ounce or two. I used to get an ounce of sweets in a little tiny 3-cornered bag. I don't know whether you did or not. Yeah, I mean, people said to me, oh, you shouldn't buy frozen, you shouldn't buy this, shouldn't buy that. You should get fresh and everything. But when you're on your own, unless you know you're going to eat a whole cabbage or a whole cauliflower, it's just waste. Yeah. Well, when I was at Knit Club, we were at a hospital at first, in a room in a hospital, and we were next to a food pantry. And we had to come out because the fire alarm went, and everybody had to come out of this hospital room, and everybody had to come out of this pantry. And there was a woman there giving it, me. They're giving me a load of crap here. They're giving me food I don't eat. Yeah, it was food she had to cook. Yeah. Just because it wasn't Pop-Tarts and stuff like that, and pot noodles. She said, I don't want this rubbish. She said, I want meals. And I'm like, you're just so ungrateful. If I had to use a food pantry, I would be really glad of anything they gave me. You know, so it's just, yeah, 10p mix-ups, yeah. There used to be halfpenny and penny things, didn't there, in the shops? So you'd go, wouldn't you, and you'd maybe have 5 pence to spend. So you could either get 10 halfpenny chews, or you could get 5 sweets for a penny each. Yeah, penny chews, yeah. God, you thought you were rich, didn't you? You had 5 pence. 10 pence would have been a luxury, yeah. I used to make my son carry everything like in his hand that he wanted until we got to the checkout, and after he'd paid for it, then he could eat it. Yeah, I wouldn't let him eat anything in the store. He sees when I worked at Asda, which is like Asda Walmart, I used to see kids going around and they're eating bananas and everything and stuffing the skins in all the shelves, and the mothers wouldn't pay for them or anything. I was always fishing banana skins and half-eaten apples out of the shelving unit. It's like the pick and mix. The kids used to be having their hands in the pick and mix. It's not only that, it's hygiene. You're supposed to use that little shovel thing, to get your pick and mix, not put your hand in. Yeah. Yeah. But kids today, no respect. Back on that subject again, aren't we? Running around a store doing what they want. And if you dare to say anything to their mothers, oh my God, you get a mouthful off the mother, don't you? They bash into you, knock your trolley into your legs and stuff. Running around playing chase and stuff like that. No, that's not what the supermarket's for. Keep your kid under control, this is, and just do your shopping in peace. When I used to work there, oh, they were a pain in the ass, some kids. I used to dread them coming in, one family. Used to smack into me and, oh, stop you doing your work because they kept chasing round you, knocking all your stuff off your thing that you're supposed to be filling up from. And we weren't allowed to say anything because if you did, oh my God. Customer used to complain. I still love a meat paste sandwich, Kaz. Can't beat a meat paste sandwich. Meat paste with tomato, I love that. Or meat paste with onion. A little bit of chopped raw onion. Tell you, meat paste sandwiches, that was the height of luxury. When we went to Blackpool, we were talking the other day about going to Blackpool. When we went, like we always took food with us. Meat paste, it's like a little jar with, like, I don't think it's ever seen meat, to be quite honest. Meat paste, yeah. No, it's not a sloppy Joe. It's quite rigid. He spread it on. It's like a spread that you put on your bread. It's not sloppy. It's not cooked. It's not sloppy Joes. It's a solid paste that's made out of meat or salmon or chicken. It's like pate. Yeah, you just spread it on. Yeah. But when you used to go to the seaside when we was kids, you didn't dare ask for chips. It's a bit like a pate, yeah, but it's not as posh as that. It's a much cheaper version, yeah. Um, you didn't. Oh, it's probably anything to do. You don't know what it is. Yeah, you don't want to know. Yeah, but you never got. Like today they go. It's in a little pot like that, Miguel. A tiny little pot. If I remember, I'll get one out of the cupboard and I'll show you for next week what it is. But you used to have either egg sandwiches, didn't you? Or it would be meat paste sandwiches. And you always had them, you got them took with you. You never had things like boiled ham or anything like that. Nothing as posh as that. And sometimes, if you were lucky, you would get a bag of chips, but you had to share them. You never got one for yourself, if you know what I mean. Egg in a can? No, no. Egg sandwiches. We used to hard boil eggs, chop them up, and put them on a sandwich. Yeah. And sometimes you'd be eating bits of grit and you didn't know if it was sand or whether it was eggshells. Yeah. Oh God, the horrible Chris hot dogs in a jar. They're absolutely disgusting. They taste like India rubber. Oh yeah, it was real eggs. We used to use real eggs. My mother would hard boil them and chop them up small. And I think she used to put maybe a bit of salad cream on them to help them to stick together on your butty. Yeah. Oh yeah, you never had anything posh. Oh yeah, we have hot dog things. Hot dog sausages, they're vile. Whoever eats them in England must be desperate. They taste like rubber. They smell like the hot inside of a hot water bottle. Yeah, salad and cress. I don't think we ever had cress on our sandwiches though. Yeah, they were literally sandwiches because when you went on the beach, they were full of sand. Mm. Hi, Michelle. And my mum and her cronies that used to go, they used to share a pot of tea. There's always a pot of tea. We never got pop or anything like that, but they would have a pot of tea. Pot of tea and 2 cups, yeah. Then a deck chair for them, but we had to sit on the sand, yeah. Those were the days. Maybe a day out at the seaside was a holiday to us, yeah. We never went to Blackpool because they had fun fairs and things that we would want to spend money on. So my mother used to take us to places like Southport, which was dead, you know, nothing there. Picnic rug. Um, Probably a towel. We would take a towel. Or we had got a picnic rug that was a bit like a car blanket that had fringe round it. Yes, Southport. It was dead when I was a kid. God knows what it's like now. But that was our day. That was our holiday. It was a day trip. We used to get on a coach or a charabang, as we call them. I've only got to walk to the end of the street and I could have a picnic on the beach now. Oh dear. Oh, you had a gingham tablecloth. Oh, you were posh. My mum always had, we didn't even have a basket. My mother always had a string bag. When he put it down on the sand, it was always, everything was full of sand, yeah. We never had a basket or anything like picnic baskets. Nothing like that. We didn't even have an ordinary basket. We used to have a string bag with wooden handles. Yeah. Cassie's posh if she has a tablecloth. Oh yeah, you got told you had to eat your crust up, didn't you, to put some hair on your hair curly, yeah. Well, you could take a fake picnic, couldn't you, to the fake Lake Miguel? Eat your fake sandwiches out there. Oh, we progressed when we got a car. We did actually have plastic plate sound. Oh, we used to have a picnic because we were too poor to go out. I mean, people today don't have picnics, do they really? They just go out and buy a meal or go and buy fish and chips or something when they go to the seaside, but we couldn't afford all that. We had to take all our stuff with us. You know, by the time your mother had paid for the ticket on the coach, yeah. And we only ever went because there was a bloke called Luke Dunkley who used to store his coaches, or buses you would call them, on land at the back of our house. And if he had spare spaces, if the coach was almost full and he was ready for going near enough, he'd knock on the back door to my mum and say, "Come on, Lucy, get your Janet. Just come and fill up the coach." And he didn't used to charge us. We used to go on for free. So that was the reason why we used to go to the seaside. Yeah. Yeah. He used to take pity on us. He was a great friend of my mum and dad's, yeah. So we used to ride the bus for nothing, just to fill it up, make up the numbers. He said, "Come on, Lucy, get your Janet." So that's why it was always something quickly homemade, because my mother wouldn't have had the money to do anything else. But because the ride was free, she used to leave a note for my dad on the kitchen table. We're gone to Southport, back soon or something. I used to love it as a kid. My stomach is absolutely howling and rolling and carrying on. It's because I didn't eat much tea, because I didn't like it. So I'm definitely going to. You can't find your salmon. Oh, goodness. Look where it shouldn't be, Miguel, and you know you're going to find it. What cake stand for afternoon tea? My God, Kaz, you are posh. Afternoon tea. I thought only posh people had afternoon tea. We had lunch and we had dinner. And it all depends on where you come from, what you call your midday meal and what you call your evening meal. Some people call the evening meal supper. Now, to me, supper is something you eat just before you go to bed. It's not supper to me. It's me dinner. I have breakfast, I have lunch midday, and then I have my dinner at the evening. Supper is something I have before I go to bed. Yeah. Oh, ice chests and things like that came a lot later with us. Yeah, it depends where you come from, what people call it. Tea to me is something that you might have afternoon tea or you might have whatever. Oh, those little things, yeah. I know what you mean. They collapse, don't they? Like are made out of mesh. Supper is my meal. Like if I'm hungry now and I go in and I fix myself a sandwich or something, that is my supper, yeah. Yeah, afternoon tea is something that the posh people had. They ate something about 3 or 4 o'clock, yeah. Like cucumber sandwiches or something like that. Who the heck eats cucumber sandwiches? They must be awful, just cucumber on its own. It's supposed to be an English thing, although I've never eaten cucumber sandwiches. Oh yeah, we did. We had little doilies with beads round, stop the flies getting in the milk jug. My gran and my mum would go mad if you put milk jug on the table. You know, the milk bottle, sorry, on the table. You had to have a milk jug and you had to have a sugar bowl. Yeah, you couldn't. You know, like today, people brew up in the kitchen, take the milk out of the fridge, don't they, and the sugar out of the canister or whatever. No, my mother always had to have a milk jug and a sugar bowl. And we weren't posh by any means, but it was always there. Yeah. Salt and pepper. And then she would put the sauces. She would let us have the bottles. The HP and the tomato sauce would go out on the table. Yeah. And if it was like sort of salady stuff or something, she would put the mustard pickles on the table and maybe some. There was no such thing as mayonnaise when I was little. It was always salad cream. Yeah. I've got my tea set here. I don't know whether you can see it or not. In there, can you see? You can't quite see it. My camera won't go that far. There is my tea set in there, but you can't really see, can you? It's my green wheat. It's in there. That was my wedding tea service or dinner service, whatever you want to call it, yeah. IKEA, it's IKEA. Are they called Billy bookcases or something? Billy's or something. And then behind me, well, you can see it, that's the tray. But behind me, that's, let me move my arm. We've got the Kallaxes, the little drawers and cupboards and stuff. But these were Ian's, yeah, we've got those. I've got books in the bottom, and I've got my mum's crystal in one of them, and my tea service in the other. Yeah, it's IKEA. I love IKEA. We've actually got a load of Kallaxes left over. My son ordered too many for his bedroom upstairs. And I'm hoping we put some in the dining room or in the conservatory. And then I can actually put something else of mine. I'm running out of room for anything. You know, I haven't got anywhere in my bedroom. My bedroom's got ward. But you know, the little things like your foot spa and stuff, I've got nowhere to put them. Yeah, mum's decanter and wine glasses that she got in anniversary. And I inherited them because my brother didn't want them. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a full dinner service of the green wheat, except for an egg cup, I think is missing. Yeah. Oh, those built-ins. I couldn't sell them. I sold 3 of them for £80, not each, £80 for the lot of them. And they went to somebody who was making them for a TV. They had a warehouse, you know, that stores things that they use for props on TV. So I keep thinking one day I'll be watching a sitcom And my units will turn up because they were pure 70s, weren't they? You found your tin opener. Where was it? Go on. Have you found your salmon yet? Well, Ben asked us to guess where he was, didn't he, ages ago? And he's never come back and told us where he was. I said he'd gone to sleep. Kaz said he was watching the football, and we don't know because he hasn't come back. I mean, when I think of all the things I've thrown away, I had coffee sets that I'd bought in St Ives in about 1964 that were all handmade and hand done. And I didn't keep them, you know. And I'm so annoyed I didn't keep them. My child is the opposite. He doesn't want anything. He doesn't value anything. I had a lovely full set of Sheffield steel, knives, forks, spoons, fish knives, everything like that. And I gave them to my son after I kept them for 40, 50 years. And I don't know where they are. They're not here. He probably gave them away or sold them or something. After I'd kept them all those years. I'm so angry about that. He has no value on anything. Our handle keeps coming off our tin opener. Not that we use it much. But when you're winding it like that, the handle just keeps coming off. You have to keep putting it back. When I think of all the stuff that we've had in the family, that's, you know, I keep seeing it on these shows, you know. And I think, oh God, I had that. We had those. We had all the willow pattern and everything. And they're gone. They're gone. Oh, I'll see if I can show you my green wheat. Ooh. Ah. That's the full set I've got. You can see it. It's all hand painted. It's Denby green wheat. Got the full set of that. And these I've got from my mum. And the lady who made them, she died in 1964. So you can't get hold of these anymore now. And a cup and saucer on eBay was about £7. And I've got 6 of them. Yeah, we've got all the Beatles CDs and that. Not CDs, LPs. Yeah. Oh, put this back in before it gets broken. Whoop. Oh dear. Yeah, so many things that got thrown away when I was moving because I just couldn't bring them. You know, it was just one of them things, wasn't it? I had a last, if you know what a last is, in the garage. It's one of those things you mend your shoes on, you know, with all little legs and everything like that. And that got thrown away, and yet they're worth a fortune. Cobbler's last. Yeah. We used to use it as a doorstop. And it finished up in the garage, and then it got thrown away as per usual. Nothing I had that I valued came. Everything that was mine seemed to have gone. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's been a bit of a rough day, hasn't it, Kimberly? Today, as you know, and don't say anything, otherwise I'll cry. So that's why I'm looking tired. Oh, I'm still doing this, plodding on. It's very slow going, 375 hook and 4-ply. Yeah, well, when I moved house, it didn't arrive. It didn't come. It was like, oh, you don't want this. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything, Donna, because otherwise I will. I don't mind crocheting 4-ply, Kimberly. I don't mind that, but I don't like knitting it unless it's socks. But this is mohair, so well, it's got mohair in it, so it's not exactly going to be sock stuff, is it? Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Everything that's mine isn't worthless. Everything that's theirs is come. But you know, and I'm like, oh, where's? Oh, yeah, it didn't come. Oh, where's? No, it didn't come. It got thrown away. Yeah. I still forget to ask them what they did with my canteen cutlery. Oh, we had a bit of a to-do at our knitting meeting. One of our ladies, her son-in-law, has issues, but he rings her up about 10 times while we're there at the meeting, FaceTiming, and she's dead loud talking to him. And then she turns her phone down and says, he wants to know if you think he's sexy. Anyway, she got told. Anyway, or she was... And of course, all the other women backed down and said, oh, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't annoy us. The same people who were moaning about her doing it. When it come to the crunch and she said, does it bother any of you? They all said, no. You know, so... Yeah, I think it probably is better not to ask. Is if they have given them away, I would be really upset. I know they're not here. I definitely know they haven't arrived. So, well, we told her not to FaceTime and that she needs a phone call. Just let him to ring her. And that we don't all want to know. And she got the off, and then she went round asking everybody, did it bother them? And because, of course, they all backed down and said, oh, no, it's fine. She's going to do it again next week, isn't she? It's the most bloody annoying thing. You can't have a conversation. We're all sitting at a round table, and you cannot have a conversation with her going, and she's... Yeah, everybody on all the tables in the pub is looking at us because she's not... I mean, how inappropriate is it for her to hold a phone up with her son-in-law saying he wants to know if you think he's sexy? No, we don't. I think he's an idiot. But of course, we're all polite, you know. But she doesn't seem to know. Well, she's disabled, so we can't... My son said that, tell her to go outside. But she weighs about 600 pounds and she couldn't walk if she tried. But she was going on and on and on about, well, he has mental issues and he needs to ring me. It's not her son, it's her son-in-law. He's not coping very well. And then what did he do? Because she left her phone at home, he rang a friend and said, can you put me on the phone to her? So she had to pass the phone over the table. I tell you, driving me potty. I can't sit there with her. But she seems to think we like to hear it. And she's herself. Well, we said that she should turn it off. So what did she do? She didn't bring it. And then he phones a friend's phone and says, can you let me speak to Amanda? I would have said no. I said to Amanda, I said, it's bloody annoying. And because she's asked everybody that was there and they all went, no, it's okay. Even when the week before they'd all been moaning. I hate it when people do that. They're like, da, 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 da. And then they back down when it comes down. She goes, well, I'd rather you told me face to face. Well, that was only me then, because everybody else backed down. Everybody else said, oh, no, it's all right. It doesn't annoy us. When they're saying behind her back, oh, God, it's bloody annoying, yeah. Oh, she's 2 sandwiches short of a bloody picnic, I tell you. But I hate to have not go to this group just because she drives me nuts, yeah. Well, hello, Shad. Everybody's been asking where you were. Have you been fishing? It's hard to ignore her when she's shouting her mouth off like some ignorant fish woman just across the table from you. You can't ignore her. I wish I could. I wish I could switch her off. Put earplugs in. In fact, I might get some earplugs. When she starts saying, if you don't mind. I know I don't want to stop going, but when she's ruining it for me, Miguel, ruining it for everybody else, but nobody else will speak up, which makes me bad woman. Yeah, she throws it out then. Oh, I thought it would be okay because of mental health issues. After all, it's a mental health group. No, it's not. It's a knitting group. Some people have mental health issues, some people don't. It's not a mental health group. I mean, some people have said to me, where do you go? Which knit club do you go to? And I won't tell them. I'm too embarrassed to tell them. Yet we need new members. And I was saying to one of the other women, we'll never get new members while she's there, shouting her mouth off. She's one of the founder members, Kimberly, so it's a bit hard for me to do that. It'll be me that's in the wrong group, won't it? If it was my group, yeah, she'd get straightened out, but it's not. I've just joined it, so I'm like the last one in, if you know what I mean. I'm like the newcomer. It's like I'm going in there and shouting the mouth off, isn't it? So. Yeah. We're doing our best to tell her it's inappropriate, but she's just not having it. Well, it's so difficult, Kimberly, to get somewhere to hold a knit club. And I don't want a knit club at my home. because it's not just me living here, is it? So I don't want other people coming to the house. And to get a place, which is why we're in Wetherspoons at the moment, is trying to find somewhere that doesn't want £40 for a couple of hours. So it's a bit difficult. Yep. So we'll see. There's no other knit groups. Well, there was one. Do you remember that one I went to on Thursday morning? That was, oh, she was worse than her. Heil Hitler was running that one. But that's the only one that's in the locality. There are no other knit groups. If there were, I'd go and join another one. But I don't want to, them coming to my house. I don't want that. I want to be somewhere neutral, if you know what I mean. I couldn't relax if people were here. I hope you were wearing repellent, Shad. Cover yourself in a mosquito net. Head to foot. With a little hole through for your fishing rod. I have enough problems with flies coming in here that dive bomb me. I wouldn't want mosquitoes. Were you wearing your repellent? They've been fishing all along the seafront here this last couple of weeks. Yeah, every time you open a window or a door here, the blooming flies fly in. Big blue bottles that dive bomb you. I'm getting fed up of doing this crochet now. I've done quite a lot tonight. I hate flies. I've yet to see what they do, except they eat little flies and bugs. But mine don't. They just dive bomb the house, walk all over anything that happens to be lying around. Knowing Shaddy's probably put it back again. He probably didn't keep it. I keep forgetting to light my candles and stuff that I've got in here. Keep forgetting to light them. I had a fly in my bedroom last night. And when I put the lights out, I'm thinking, it'll go to sleep now. It'll go to sleep. Oh, in the dark. Yeah, I told you he wouldn't have kept it. I told you he would have put it back again. No, my incense is at the back of me. I keep forgetting to light it, Miguel. I keep forgetting all about it. I've got a cupboard full of, incense sticks. Cupboard full of them. And oils and stuff. And I keep forgetting to light them. And I love the smell of them as well. And I'm going to finish this row and then I'm going to call this one a draw for tonight. My salt lamp, I don't know whether it does any good or not. I brought my other flower lamp in, but I've got nowhere to plug it in. I've run out of plugs. I haven't got a spare plug. Yeah, I can't plug it in anywhere. There's no place with a plug that's spare. The only plugs I've got are behind that unit. I've got 2 plugs and they're both being used. One's got me cassette player thing, whatever they had, CD player, plugged in, and the other one's got the salt lamp plugged in it. And I can't get behind the unit to put a double plug in, if you know what I mean, because it's behind my unit. And the other plug is down here, and that's absolutely chock-a-block full. So I don't know where it can go. It can't go in my shed because I haven't got a plug at the moment. So I don't know. Can't go in my bedroom. Got no plug. Well, I've got plugs, but they're all being used. When you get the electrician to put plugs in, you think you're going to put plenty in, loads in, but obviously we need more. Yeah, I think I could do with something like that, Chris, because I definitely need more plugs. The aquarium's upstairs, thank goodness. Don't mention that darn thing. I can hear it down here. It bubbles. The pump buzzes. He did, where he put it at first was actually over my bedroom. And I said to him one day, "What's that noise?" It was going vroom, 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 all over the ceiling. Anyway, he's moved it now, thank goodness. I could put it in the conservatory quite happily, Kaz, but my son doesn't like the light, considering he bought it for me. But he doesn't like it. He bought it because he thought I would like it, and I do. Well, I've done quite a bit today. I've done that much. That's like your shoulder, if you know what I mean. And it goes across, you make 2 pieces, and it meets in the middle in a V-neck. I don't know quite how much I've got to crochet, but probably about the same again in. But it's an easy pattern to do. And it lends itself to stripes being that one, yeah. Yeah, I need something like that. Well, yeah, because he lives upstairs, Kimberly. I see him every day. I meet him in the kitchen every morning. So, a Rwanda. No, it's like 2 pieces that fit together like that, but you sew it up the middle and it's like that. So it's a V-neck at the front and a V-neck at the back. No, he's not working at the moment. He's retired, he says. No, he'll get a job eventually. It's just we've got so much going on at the moment that he hasn't got time to go to work. Yeah. like an apple tip. I'll show you what it looks like. Woo! You crochet 2 rectangles. You crochet 2 rectangles and then you sew them up the middle of the front and the middle of the back. So it's done like side to side, if you know what I mean. So you're making it like double. That's like the folded bit, you know, the shoulder bit, yeah. And that's the base where the ribbon is at the bottom. And then when it's wide enough, I shall do another piece and then sew it together. Yeah, that's what it's like, but it's a top. No, it's got no sleeves. It's just edged, just a pop over. It sort of has like little sleeves like that, yeah. No, it's not having any sleeves. It's like a top or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I've made them before, actually, but in thicker yarn. I made 2 of them. I think I still got them, actually. I made 2 of them from another pattern. So, look at that. Felicia Beacon nose. That's because I had to wipe all the makeup off when I was blowing my nose earlier on. Got an itchy eye. Not surprising. Just wonder if I've got any eyes. Ah, dear. Anyway, I'm going to go in a minute. It's nearly 1 o'clock here. And I've been on 3 hours and 38 minutes. Well, probably 3 hours and 40 something minutes. I've eaten my snacks. You missed them. I had crisps and I had a chocolate bar. So, yep. I'm going to go and get some supper because I'm hungry. And make myself a drink. Oh, God, I missed the bin after all that. Yes, so I'm off to bed. It's been a rough day today. Did you find your salmon? Have you found it, Miguel? If you can't find it, you'll be able to smell it tomorrow, won't you? Anybody would think, Miguel, you lived in a mansion because you keep losing everything. Right, I'm going to go, people. And, you know, as I say, it's been a rough day today. Yeah, I hope I do as well. I'm going to take some tablets, I think. Otherwise, his little face will be coming in front of me. Yeah. Yeah, my bed's calling me as well, yeah. So good night, everybody, and thank you all for your company. You've cheered me up no end having you here. Otherwise, I would just be crying all night. So I shall say good night to everybody. Bye, everybody, and see you next week. And hopefully I might do a video of, of the garden if it gets finished next week. Okay, bye for now.